Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for your dreams. So what we're going to do here is some dream interpretation. I want you to think of a recent dream or a dream that's just stuck out in your mind. And you're going to hold this dream in your head. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick a set of cards. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And to make it easier for you, I have some little items here that you can choose from. We have the sulfur, the necklace, the sand dollar, or the hawk feather. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. And to fast forward, you can go to the description below and check out the timestamps. So let's go ahead and get into this. If you chose number 1 or the sulfur, interesting. So what this dream was all about for you is a message. It's a message from your higher self that it's time for you to be independent. And this could be in many areas of your life. It could be time for you to quit your job and to go off into developing a business that's more in alignment with you, that's more based off of your heart and your authenticity and your talents and your gifts. But for many of you who are watching this probably has to do with relationships because we've got the independence card, and then this is also an independence card, and then this is the Tower reversed, and so it's like divine intervention. And then you have the Star though, so this is actually a really positive card that's saying like there's a lot of opportunity and destiny kind of related to this path for you. So it's like you're being nudged, you're being poked by the universe to take a new path. And a lot of times when you're being called to take a new path, you're going to start getting signs. You're going to get dreams. You're going to start seeing really strange things appear in your reality, like an owl that like sits on a fence and stares at you all day. Weird things like that. I've heard some really strange stories from people, and I've had some strange experiences myself. Just depends. Everybody kind of experiences these things in different ways. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and pull a spiritual gift card for whoever's watching this, just to confirm. Okay. So you might also be hearing things like your voice of reason might be kind of telling you lately, like you might be having this inner dialogue inside your head about this situation. So you really need to trust your gut here. This is very personal to each person, but there's some area of your life where you're being called to become independent. This card says your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. And I'm being guided to actually read this guidebook to you as well. So this says, like the cat, you're fiercely independent. There we go, it's focused. Like the cat, you're fiercely independent. Yet you also need affection and playful companions. Now is the time to balance your social interactions with solitude. While you may ask others for their own opinions, ultimately you must make your own decisions. Your freedom and independence are top priorities, so ensure that these characteristics are nurtured. So maybe you're wondering, you know, should I make this decision? And you're asking other people and they all have their own opinions, but ultimately it's like about what your heart and your soul want. They're saying follow your destiny, follow your heart, follow your path. Where is your heart calling you to go? The heart knows. So I hope that this helps you guys out. Definitely leave comments if so. Thank you guys again for watching. So if you chose number 2 or the necklace, which this is just so beautiful, you guys need to see this up close. Check out Crystal Habitats on Instagram. She makes these. This is a beautiful necklace. I wear it all the time. It's just so pretty. Like, look at that. Okay, anyways. Okay. So, your dream interpretation. Endings and beginnings. I love how this card is just like casually thrown in here. This is a pretty serious card. It's like talking about certain things in your life are going to start falling apart in order to make way for this new beginning. A lot of people resist these endings. And I feel like that's what's been happening. You've been resisting this ending for a long time. This is you. You're just kind of chilling. You're just dragging your feet, trying to relax. Maybe you've been through a lot and you just needed some rest. But now they're saying, like, there's some choice you need to make. And it could be really related to your career, because the Two of Wands has a lot to do with your career. So I'm going to go ahead and look this up in the book and see what the book has to say. We're going to get into this. So it's saying that, yes, you've been trying to launch some type of new career project. You've been awaiting some results from your work, perhaps. You're trying to develop some sense of power for your own achievement. And you're ready for something new. So basically, this dream is a sign that you're ready for something new in your life. And it's time to face your fear, which this is very similar to the last dream interpretation I did. I'm starting to see a theme here in the energy and in this reading. So how about we read the Endings and Beginnings card to you, because this gives you a whole other definition for endings and beginnings that is just absolutely beautiful. This is like a little message from Kali. It says, I sing praises to those whose hearts accept the universal order, which only appears to be chaotic and ever-changing. In actuality, everything is designed down to the smallest detail to be in perfect operation. The dance of the universe is a happy one, with energy swirling and twirling in a never-ending celebration of life itself. Join this dance, dear one, and enjoy the remarkable journey of the weavings of the story of your life. Do not fear what appears to be a change or a loss. It's only the transitioning orbit of energy interplaying with you and your loved ones. Embrace it as evidence that you're alive. Embrace your deepest emotions as a signal of your true human essence. I love that. So they're like, it's time for you to get up from this sleepy little pasture and face your fears. There's a lot of abundance in this path for you, and there's a wonderful new beginning. I'm seeing this sign, the lotus flower. Out of the mud and out of the muck grows the beautiful lotus, and you're ready to move this muddier phase of your life behind for something beautiful. You're afraid that what's around the corner is worse than where you're at now, because you've had times in your life where you felt like things were taken away from you, but that was all part of the learning process. And yes, some things are taken, but you need to realize that whatever is taken is usually replaced with something better for you. It's something that's more in alignment. You're growing, you're leveling up, you're changing. So don't resist this change, allow it. That's what this dream was all about. So I hope that this resonates with you. If so, definitely subscribe, leave comments, let me know what you think. And check out the description below to find out how you can book me for a personal reading if you're interested. So let's go ahead and move on to number 3. So number 3, or the sand dollar. So what was this dream about for you? Lots of horses and like something about coming in, like if you should go into something, head into a situation or not. You're like kind of wishy-washy over whether or not you should head into a certain situation. I'm seeing you've been very, very focused on your work lately. Very, very focused on you've been needing to do, developing new skills. This card has a lot to do with just intense focus in this one area of your life, your career, and like developing your talents and skills and your gifts. And so this has been going off well for you. I see like these completed projects you've had, and now you're realizing it's time for you to figure out the rest of your life. Are you going to take these projects to the next level? Are you going to move on to something else? Are you going to work on your spirituality and your more your emotional growth now? Are you going to turn your attention to relationships and family and making new friends, new partners for your work? There's a lot of new things that want to come into your life, but you're a little indecisive right now. And so they're saying, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. It's time for you to step forward with what you know is right for you. And there's some situation that you're wanting to kind of, like, there's this guy here and he's like writing in, he's holding up this cup. And there's like this swan and grace and beauty. And I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling like this might have to do with love. But if that's not resonating, then it definitely has to do with your career and some type of product you want to develop, perhaps. Let's look this up in the book. Six of Wands. It says, so you're desiring to have victory in your career. And I feel like this dream could have been like an omen that there is going to be a job well done in your future. And the Knight of Chalices reversed. That's just so interesting. Huh. Like I said, something about going into some type of situation. If that's resonating. Knight of Chalices. So interesting. So yes, wanting to go into some situation. And I'm seeing here this, you're wondering, okay, this card reversed has to deal with, it says insincerity, flattery, a false friend, deception, conniving, fraudulent schemes. So maybe you're worried about whether or not to move forward with like your career endeavors, because you're wondering, is this really gonna be the right thing for me? Is all the work gonna be in vain? And maybe you're wondering that about like a person, like, should I offer my love to this person? You know, were they just flattering me? Do they really have feelings for me? Or am I gonna come across wrong? And so I think that this reading is like, the dream is trying to tell you, like, you need to really think about what it is that your heart wants and what your soul is craving for. You know, if you want to offer some type of product or like make some change in your work, do it. If you want to offer someone your love, do it. If you want, you know, it's really just about just kind of peeling back the ego, because the ego a lot of times tries to tell us that we're not worthy. You know, it makes us feel very insecure, you know, and a lot of us deal with anxiety. That's what I'm realizing. I think it's a product of how our society runs these days, the type of food we have available to us, and just our disconnection with nature, and, you know, traumas a lot of us have had in our life. It's just part of life. You get these anxieties, and that can cloud your judgment as well. And so this dream is about like peeling back your layers, and it's trying to send you a message of like what your true desire is, and to move forward, what the truth is. So think back to this dream and like what stood out, because this dream is trying to reveal your truth to you. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you again for watching. And if you like this, then definitely subscribe. Thank you. So now we're going to move on to the fourth one, or the hawk feather. Oh my gosh. Every time I see this card, I'm always just like, oh, because come on, we've all had days like this, haven't we? Haven't you ever had a day like this where things were just overwhelming? I have. I've had many days like this. Not as much lately, thank goodness. But yes, I'm seeing that you've had a lot of days like this, maybe recently, and it's like this dream is like your soul longing to express this, because maybe you've been so busy that you haven't been allowing time for like your healing. And what I'm seeing here is this dream's trying to help you like anchor down these emotions into the 3D, if that makes sense. It's like you are disconnected from this side of yourself right now, and this side is really longing to be expressed. And so they're saying maybe do some type of ritual to let this go. Whatever this trauma is, whatever this pain is that you're carrying inside of you, do some type of ritual, you know? Go do one of those Titanic heart of the ocean things where you just go and you throw that necklace in the ocean and you let it go. I like to go to a creek and pick up a stone and like pray over it, or just like say intentions and then throw it into the river. You know, it's kind of like picking a dandelion, making a wish and blowing on it. Something like that. It can be very simple, but some type of little ritual to help you let this go. And maybe you just need to cry. Maybe you're blocking your tears and you need to allow your tears to flow, is something that's coming through too. I also see that this dream was a signal that you have a lot that needs to be expressed, and you know, just you need to express these emotions. So art is something that's really great for emotional self-expression. I mean, what I'm doing here, I feel like this is art for me, like, and I'm expressing myself, and it's so powerful, and it's helped me overcome a lot of this in my life. So I also like to paint. I love writing, I love poetry, singing, so like anything to deal with your throat chakra is going to be helpful for you to process this. And there's a beautiful sign coming out. I feel like this dream is also a sign that like there's better days ahead, because this snow here is in this picture is like thawing, and this bird is finally got its footing, and it's looking forward to spring, and it's able now to think about gathering supplies and gathering you know, little twigs and stuff to make its nest and to make its home. So your home life is going to be a lot more secure in the future. Things are looking up. It's time for you to start looking ahead with optimism. And I feel like that's what this dream was all about for you. So I hope this message resonates with you. Thank you again for watching, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Peace out.